Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome to a brand new episode of Either Would You Rather. Now, I had fun with doing my first episode of this sort of thing, and some of you guys seem to be interested in content like this outside my regular Let's Plays, so I'm definitely going to do more of these videos. So that being said, I don't care about your cookies, I got it. I think we might as well just go ahead and jump right into it. I think the premise of this sort of thing is pretty self-explanatory, whether it be the name or just what you see on the screen here. So, let's have a little more fun with analyzing my poor excuse for a brain by presenting me either-or questions. Would you rather have no tongue or have no teeth? Personally, I'd rather have no teeth because having no tongue and not being able to taste any food would be pure hell, and at least I can get false teeth. So that way I can still chew and have a tongue that would make basic human communication very easy relatively easy. Compared to if I just had a normal mouth with real teeth and all that. But if I had no tongue, I wouldn't be able to talk, I think, even if I had false teeth. Because the tongue does play a big role in oral communication, so. And again, I like to actually be able to taste the stuff I put in my mouth. So, yeah, I'd rather have no teeth. And 63% of people agree with me. Both would cause you to have speech problems, but I think teeth would be easier to manage. And teeth are easier to replace, too. Yep, just like I was saying. Would you rather be electrocuted every time you swear, or have all profanity censored out on your television? Well, I think being electrocuted every time I swore, regardless of where I am, what I'm doing, and and what time of day it is, would be kind of hell on earth for me personally, because it just basically feels like the real-life version of censorship and all that I just can't escape from, and it just gives me pain every time I commit to wrong speak or something like that. Call me a free speech absolutist in that respect if you wish, but I mean, hey, I care about being able to say whatever words I damn well please. I mean, I kind of grew up with expecting to have that kind of civil right here, you know, as an American and all that. At least with having profanity censored out on television, I mean, there are ways to get around stuff like that. And well, if you got a vivid enough in the imagination, you can either figure out on your own what characters and whatnot are saying, or just insert your own words in there to amuse yourself here. Because, I mean, it'd be worse. Yeah, I just think it'd be worse to actually personally electrocuted every time I personally swear. So, but even though I'm totally against the idea of art being censored and all that here, this is my own personal well-being that we're throwing into the equation here, so I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe this makes me a hypocrite in this instance, but I mean, seriously, think about it. Would you like to actually be electrocuted every time you say the wrong thing under somebody's subjective moral standards? Who would even define what would even be a swear, you know? I mean, it all depends on the person at the end of the day, right? So, yeah, I mean, at least you don't have to worry about being put into some kind of physical pain with the television thing. And like I said, there are ways to get around it if you work hard enough or think hard enough. I don't swear. Sure you don't. Bullshit. I totally agree with you there, buddy. Would you rather be forced to watch a movie you hate over and over again for a week, or be forced to listen to a song you hate over and over again for a week? Well, let's see. A song typically goes on for anywhere from like 3 to 4 something plus minutes on average here, I guess. At least for most of the songs I come across. So Being forced to listen to that again and again non-stop for a full week would be extremely fucking repetitive. But at least with a movie, it's typically a much longer experience filled with all kinds of different things that you could watch and sit through, and it takes longer for the movie itself to end before being put on repeat. And I know that sounds bad on the surface, but at least, I don't know, I think it'd feel a lot less repetitive to watch a movie that could go on for at least a couple hours or something that I hate than just the same song here over and over again. It would just drive me less insane at a much slower rate, if that makes sense. So, for the sake of slowing down my descent into madness, I would go with the movie. Can't really think what to say on this divide. I mean, I guess I can kind of see why 55% of people might want to do the song here, because, I mean, there are a lot of bad movies out there, especially these days, but that's a discussion for a whole nother topic. Looks like the comments don't want to load. Alright, let's move on. You're going golfing on the 18th hole and about to head to the bar. Would you rather get a hole-in-one and have to buy a whole bar a drink, or no hole-in-one? Well, I like saving money, so no hole-in-one. And 64% of people also like saving money, I guess. I wouldn't even be playing golf in the first place. Well, there's also that, too. And golf is a sport. Yes, it is, believe it or not. A very, monotonous sport, but a sport nonetheless. I played it a couple times myself before. And, well, I never really, last time I played golf was all the way back, late elementary school, middle school? Yeah, and I'm talking about like actual golf, not like mini golf with all the obstacle courses or anything like that. I never actually played the sport enough here to really grow a like or dislike of it one way or the other. So, but yeah, I mean, I guess the big question is, would I even be playing golf in the first place? Probably not. Next question. Would you rather be unable to survive eating something every hour, or be unable to taste anything for the rest of your life? Okay, let me reread this. Well, for some reason I'm drawing a blank. Well, okay. If I'm unable to survive without eating something every hour, does portion sizes matter? Could I just snack on something tiny, like a single mini M&M or something, and be good? I'd still be able to survive. Otherwise, I'd need to have full meals or something, or decently sized meals or snacks, because eventually my stomach will burst if I keep that up. If I keep filling it with stuff without giving my stomach proper time to digest and process all that food. So I will die regardless. But being unable to taste anything for the rest of my life, at least I have a much greater chance of surviving, even though it would absolutely suck for me to not be able to taste anything. Especially foods I really like, because God almighty, sometimes when you're just having a bad day, just having a single bite of some of your favorite dishes, especially ones that are cooked well enough, are just a massive mood booster. I guess maybe I'm speaking just for myself here. I don't know how many other people feel the same way. But yeah, it's just, good food is just good, man. Okay. I guess 62% of people prefer having their stomachs burst. But I mean, hey, you do you, man. You do you. If you couldn't taste anything, that would be awesome, because you could just eat as healthy as you wanted without giving a fuck. There's also that. exactly what I thought. And protein shakes and salads all day. Yeah, no, not for me. No. Would you rather be stupid and have a brilliant kid, or be brilliant and have a stupid kid? Well, let's think about this from the responsible parenting angle, shall we? If you yourself are stupid and inept, but you have a brilliant kid, your kid might be fine, but how will the law of the land see it if you yourself are largely incapable of properly taking care of your child? Government and all that, government, social services, or whatnot might have to get involved and take your child from you, especially if you're lethally stupid to yourself and other people around you. Which I mean, that would make sense in that case. And even if your kid's brilliant here, I mean, kids need their parents. I mean, good parents, not just any parent here, because I mean, there are plenty of abusive parents out there that definitely need to be kept the fuck away from their children. But yeah, just if you yourself are stupid and incompetent enough here, it might end up creating a situation for both you and your child that could end up emotionally scarring your child probably for the rest of your life here, out of a necessary evil, if you will, kind of thing. Whereas if you yourself are brilliant and you have a stupid kid, yeah, the kid might need to have some kind of assistance given to them for the rest of their life, but at least if you're brilliant enough here, you'll be able to come up with plenty of solutions here to provide for that without hopefully breaking too much of a sweat. And you don't have to worry about the kind of situation that I presented with the first scenario if you yourself are stupid and have a brilliant kid. But yeah, now that I think about it, it would also just end up being a burden on the parent too, even if they are brilliant. And well, maybe even the kid to an extent, even though the kid also can't really help it in that instance. So I really don't know what to go with here, now that I'm stopping and thinking about it. Well, another thing I just thought about is, if you're brilliant, you might be able to hold a very decent job to help better provide for finances. So you could probably get a better paying job than if you were stupid and only could do the most basic of jobs. I don't know. There's pros and cons to both of them as far as I'm concerned, but I guess ultimately I'm leaning more towards being brilliant and having a stupid kid for reasons I've already given. So I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet on this one. Select red. Slight majority on the other side. T guy says, doesn't say I could make the kids smarter. Or well, if we lived in a sci-fi universe, maybe I could invent a little invention in a helmet that I could stick on my kid that would make them smarter. So maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Maybe there's more pros to my decision than I thought there'd be. Well, let's move on. If you were having a baby and the technology existed, would you rather genetically alter your child or leave it to nature? Alterations could include anything from the sex of the baby to hair color, eye color, height, skin tone, removal of any defects, etc. Well, the thing is, the technology you're talking about with the genetic side of things, it already exists. It's called gene therapy. With gene therapy, you basically have the ability to alter the genetic code of living organisms to remove or add physical characteristics as desired. Like you could do that with, hair color, genetic diseases, superficial physical characteristics like the ones described here. All manner of things here. It's just there's a bit of a international legalese kind of controversy of that sort of thing here. Like, I think it's generally looked upon on an international scale. Last I checked, I don't know. Maybe in modern politics, this sort general opinion on this sort of thing might have lessened somewhat. I have no idea. I don't really care about gene therapy all that much. I mean, most of my knowledge on gene therapy pretty much comes from the Metal Gear Solid series. So it's a fascinating topic to me, but it's not one I really care too much to really delve into all that much. I mean, I did a little cursory research after playing the games here just for the fun of it here, but that was a long time ago, and I have no doubt my information on gene therapy is probably sorely outdated for the most part. But at least I'm pretty sure that the general concept of gene therapy is the same. So yeah, last time I looked into this, it's generally frowned upon, if not necessarily prohibited by international law, that to engage in gene therapy. And honestly, it's kind of a very complicated question for me to answer, really. Because, I mean, if you did have some very good gene therapy technology available in your hands to where you could alter all manner of physical characteristics of any living creature, whether it be, an already living, breathing human adult, an animal, or hell, even an unborn child, like in the case of this example here, if you were having a baby and the technology existed, would it be ethical for me to alter the genetic code of my unborn child, even if, in my case, I would only want to do it to remove genetic diseases that might be prone from my bloodline here that could physically negatively impact the child in any way, shape, or form. And it could be anything, really. Like, an example could be, like, I don't know, cancer, or diabetes, or glaucoma, or something, Just insert any random genetically inheritable disease here, and there you go. In which case, that could be a benefit to the child. They would grow up here having a lot less of the serious genetic diseases to worry about. But then it just brings up the whole philosophical side of things where, is it ethically right here to essentially play God in such a way? Like, should you is this something here that you should really be messing with on a moral or ethical level? Should it just something that should just be left to the mercy of nature? And once again, that issue in itself is also yet another can of worms here. Like, I've already been rambling long enough. The point I'm trying to make here is, this isn't exactly an easy question for me to explain or answer. So I guess maybe what I should do is just make it a damn decision already. Let's see. This is gonna be... Well, in real life, I have no plans at all to be a parent anytime soon, if ever. But let's say I do actually have an interest in having a child. If I had enough reason to believe that my child would inherit any number of diseases either from me or their mother that could severely impact the rest of their lives, if I could find a way to remove those diseases from ever developing without impacting the rest of the child in any way, I guess maybe I would go with genetically altering the child just because I want them to grow up and lead healthy lives and practically guarantee that. Even though there are parts of it on the leaving it to nature side of things here that kind of conflict with that desire of mine here. I have conflicting feelings on the whole thing in general. So I guess, as of this recording, I'm going to lean towards gene therapy. I'd always love my child for who it is, but it's just better to grow up being stronger and smarter than being a slow-witted, frail individual. Better life for them, and they still get my love. Most people will disagree with me, are religious, I would think. Your statement is very true. Not all children end up being slow and frail. Nature can help them get there, and you being the parent can assist them to becoming that. Also, the child will later find out, and maybe find it very offensive and go into depression, making them weak. Notice, this is all pure logic. No religion was involved. Okay, I think that's a very divisive conversation I might want to avoid. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more. If you could be embarrassed in one way, would you rather have your dad tell everyone about your potty training with pics, or have your mom show your naked baby pictures to strangers? Well, oh man. Now this is a serious question. Why would any parent talk to anybody about your potty training though? Just why? I can understand baby pictures, but potty training? I don't know. I would be embarrassed in this kind of situation either way, so I guess I would go with the one here that seems less, I don't know, questionable than the potty training thing, so yeah. Needs more specificity. It's basically embarrassed in front of everyone or embarrassed in front of strangers. Yeah, I guess. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut this episode of Either Would You Rather off here. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me try to fumble and explain my positions on more of these sort of questions here, and maybe, I don't know, get a better profile on how I work and how I think about certain things, or maybe just have fun just thinking about the heavy questions in life, like this game is prone to presenting you every so often. I kind of wish I had a few silly ones though, a few silly questions, but maybe we'll get some more of that in the next episode. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Either Would You Rather. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like it, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.